Much as we had a great World Cup and we managed to give our country a lot of smiles, but for me it was actually a rude awakening, if I may say, the way we ended up going on about our business in Super 8, or how the other teams went on their way to deal with us. And since that time, I've been thinking how best can we match that intensity so that the next time Zimbabwe find themselves in those positions, we can go blow to blow against those top nations. And you never know. I feel like if we rest on our laurels from what we have achieved in the last World Cup, the other countries will work harder and they will beat us and they will go ahead of us. So I want us as Zimbabweans to actually match the intensity of the world cricket at T20, the way they are playing and the way they are going, so that comes any series or any country, we give our best shot, and what happens after happens after. Come on, so one thing, we accept that mistakes will happen. What I look at as a captain and what the culture we're building is, if all of us are putting all the work in training, and the mistakes when they happen, did it happen because we were trying our best, or did we take a foot backwards? So if the mistake happens when we have given our all, given our best, and we have dived and we've thrown ourselves around and it still happens, as a captain and as a team, we can accept that. What we cannot accept it is if we take a step back. So this thing we're trying to build in our DNA as chevrons. So one drop catch and one misfield, but if you look at that misfield, the fielder attacked the ball, it wobbled, it happened, man. I cannot fault him for his energy. And everybody clapped, so it's okay. Mistakes are going to happen, Goma. Yes, ideally you don't want any, but the beauty of this game is we managed to win by 30-odd runs. And what excites me is there is still room for improvement. So that is what makes me happy and excited for the next game. In Bulawayo, the toss doesn't matter too much. In Harare, it's a big factor in winter especially. But we wanted to bat first. I feel like it has been the case where Zimbabwe has gone about chasing really well. But toss is something we can't control. And if you look at the win ratio of myself, Craig, and Richie, I think is pretty much in single digits anyway. So we're going to do a harder role anyway. So we might as well prepare ourselves, do the harder roles, so that when it comes to the big series, and especially the World Cups, the team is prepared whether to bat first or bowl first. So we wanted to put ourselves under pressure. We know that Bulawayo is a better chasing ground, but we wanted to do the harder work today. People tend to judge the whole game after the power play. And I know as journalists and as fans, we get very excited after the first 6 overs. We start to multiply in our heads, but the cricket never flows that way. There's always a good spell, there's always a good over, there's always a couple of wickets in an over. So cricket always flows like that. So after the power play and after the first 10, I thought, 170 is par. At one point, I thought 160, 165 will give us a very good chance, because when the ball got older, it suddenly got harder to bat. We know historically Bulawayo tends to get slower and lower, so we realized that it was getting harder to bat on. So at one point I thought 160 will give us a fighting chance, but when we got to 171, looking at the bowling lineup we have, early wickets in the power play, I was pretty confident after that. It doesn't matter now, the result is there, we won, but for me, I take the positives, move forward, try and repeat those, and the areas that we haven't done so well, and there are a few areas that we haven't done so well. We're about to discuss them in the changing room, and hopefully you will see a lot more clinical performance from Zimbabwe comes Friday, inshallah. I feel the world cricket has gone forward, and I feel like Zimbabwe has been a very good 160, 170 team. And I feel if we do not improve and challenge ourselves and upskill ourselves to try and get to 200s, I think we'll be left behind from the rest of the world. So on a wicket that is 155 par, we got 171. So the reason behind 8 batter is that once you are set, take somebody down, be more fearless, but be more accountable as well. But most importantly, have that confidence that you're set and you can take down the big over, that 15-run over, and then another 15-run over, so that you're always ahead of the par. So the whole idea of 8 batter is that, one, we play a bit more fearless cricket to match the intensity of the world cricket, and also that we've been training, and I want to see if we have upskilled ourselves as batters. So that's one of the reasons. And two, I feel like we have very good all-rounders, but we don't really get to use them as much as I want. Likes of Milton Shumba, who bowls good left-arm spin. If he doesn't bowl, how well do we know if he's growing, if he's not growing? Ryan Ball, Dion Myers, Brian Bennett, who couldn't get a bowl today, but these are guys who can bowl overs in a T20 match. So I want to put ourselves as a country under pressure to get the job done, because I feel like once we can do that, there will be a bit more accountability, and there will be a bit more confidence and self-belief going on about our work, whether that's bat in hand or ball in hand. That's my theory. So I think I'll start with Richard. Richard has been improving, if you look at it, bar the injury where he had a little bit of a setback. And credit to him, he's not still 100% fit, but he does what he has to for the country, and he puts his heart on the sleeve for the country, and he goes out and does what he does. Game in, game out. Every time he's gone onto the park, I know, make each other successful. And for me, that is what I'm really happy about. With Brad, I think the skill was always there. With Brad, he has put in a lot of hours in his batting as well. But for me, what stands out is the fact that he's a lot more confident, and the fact that he wants to be recognized as an all-rounder, and he knows there is a lot of value in world international cricket and also in franchise cricket for a good all-rounder. And he has taken that upon himself, and he wants to be that. And I couldn't be any more happier, and I think he's on a... That's a typical journalist question. And I bet the fans are thinking the same way as well. I as a captain and upstairs as boys, we are looking at Friday. After Friday, we'll look for Sunday, and then we see where we get to. I've always said that when you start looking too far ahead, you lose the sight of what's right in front of you. And what's right in front of us is a day to get better tomorrow, and then to showcase our skills on Friday. On Friday, regardless of the result, if I'm here, I'll answer about Sunday. And then on Sunday, Mukom, I'll answer you about the next series. Thank you very much.